Alright, and welcome back to another video, and today I just wanted to go over a bit of an exotic that's going under the radar in my opinion, especially at the minute with the brand new Onslaught Horde mode, and that is the Eyes of Tomorrow exotic rocket launcher. Now this thing at this point, basically in Onslaught, it might as well just be a primary weapon, because if you didn't know, recently it got a buff to one of its main perks, which is the adaptive ordnance, whereby defeating 4 or more combatants in a single volley increases the damage of the next volley and refunds ammunition. So that basically means as long as you're defeating a group of enemies, which if you weren't aware there's plenty of enemies in Onslaught, then if you're defeating 4 of them you're going to be essentially getting infinite ammo on a heavy rocket launcher. This thing always kind of goes under the radar. It's not always there in terms of its maximum damage output, but for stuff like this where you're getting tons of high level elite style yellow bar enemies and just waves of trash ads to delete, then Eyes of Tomorrow basically does everything that any other weapon can do, but just infinitely better. It just has that massive area effect because you're going to be able to fire and track multiple targets simultaneously with the eyes on all exotic perk, and it just has absolutely everything. But if that wasn't really enough, then we've chucked it onto a bit of a solar warlock build. Now there's nothing too special going on here. We've got restoration from healing grenade and also keep radiant and restoration going with the Ember of Empyrean. But the main thing that really goes along nicely with this, to be honest, is just all the artifact mods. Now not all of them are beneficial, but there is a few that work really nicely, and the main one is Flint Strikers is going to be able to grant you radiant on rapid solar weapon final blows, which you're going to be doing a ton of times with Eyes of Tomorrow, and you're also going to be able to apply Scorch to these targets with Kindling Trigger. Now one of the main ones that I was taking advantage of was the Blast Radius. Now obviously you're going to be getting multi-kills with this exotic, so that's going to be basically granting you 1 armor charge every single time, and that's going to give you your damage boost from your solar weapon surges, but you're also going to be able to play in with Argent Ordnance. Now this is basically going to be able to grant you the Godslayer Warheads buff. It's come back with a 15% damage buff, and that basically stacks on top of everything else that you've got going on in terms of buffs and radiant and all that good stuff. And then lastly, if that wasn't enough, then we want some bonus extra damage, and we're doing it warlock style, and we've gone for the Mantle of Battle Harmony. Now we're going to get rapid super cooldowns from this exotic combo. Basically Eyes of Tomorrow deleting enemies is just going to grant you absorption cells, which is going to massively boost that super recharge rate, and then you're going to get a decent damage buff, and you're going to be granted with the solar weapon boost ×4, which is basically the full 25% damage boost when you've got that perk rolling. And honestly, like I say, I've chopped up some of the gameplay in the background. It is just basically a primary ammo weapon using Eyes of Tomorrow. I was using it very well during the boss phases on Onslaught, basically just kind of hovering in the background, deleting all the waves of ads that spawn in, and just letting my teammates try and deal with damage to the boss basically, which I don't know if you've noticed, that's what tends to happen. Everyone kind of forgets about the trash ads that spawn in, and they can absolutely just mess you up. So I wanted to keep this one quick, keep it short and sweet, and hopefully you may be able to get this one in the mix this weekend before reset, and get some more of them ornaments for the weapons that you've been chasing, whether that's Recluse, Edge Transit or whatnot. We've done a few videos this week covering them weapons specifically and the god rolls I think you should be chasing. Not everyone's happy with all of them, but there is a few, and I will leave the links at the end of this video right now. Thank you everybody for all your support. If you've been here before and you're not subscribed, then please do so. It's very much appreciated. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video.